Machiavelli warned, "It is far safer to be feared than loved." The hidden truth, the pursuit of being liked is the slowest, sweetest poison. It makes you predictable. It makes you exploitable. It makes you weak and draven oblivious. The voice behind the silence. You see me now, faintly in the corner, but only once. My voice opens the gate. Beyond this point, the comfort of being liked will be stripped away, leaving only the cruel necessity of respect. The first fracture is merciless. To be liked is to be owned. Pawns cling to likability because it offers validation. They want applause, nods of approval, the illusion of belonging. But genius minds know this. The moment you hunger for being liked, you hand others a leash around your throat. Shelby never chased likability. He was not loved. He was obeyed. His silence unsettled. His arrogance demanded caution. People did not invite him because they liked him. They included him because they feared the consequences of exclusion. That is respect's dark magnetism. It enslaves without affection. Corleone embodied the same paradox. His empire thrived not because he was admired, but because he was untouchable. Men who feared him also revered him. They may have hated him in secret, but they would never betray him, for betrayal meant annihilation. Love is fragile. Respect forged in fear is unbreakable. Forget emotions. Remember victory. Picture the pawn. He craves to be liked. He softens his words, bends his back, lowers his gaze. He tries to please everyone, imagining that likability will buy security. Instead, he becomes replaceable, invisible. The like man is tolerated, but never obeyed. He pleases, but he never rules. Now picture the ruler. He starves the world of likability. His silence is not designed to please. His words cut, his actions scar. He demands attention without begging for it. He does not need to be liked because he is respected, and respect lingers long after affection fades. Erase the noise, master the game. This is the anatomy of being liked. It signals need. The liked man reveals his hunger for validation. It invites contempt. To please is to bow, and bowing is weakness. It ensures erasure. Love today, forgotten tomorrow. And this is the anatomy of respect. It creates permanence. Respect scars memory. It enslaves through fear. The unreadable are obeyed. It crowns kings. Power is never born from being liked. The mind forgets. The strong remain. Machiavelli understood the fatal distinction. Affection is fleeting. Fear is eternal. To be liked is to exist at the mercy of others. To be respected is to make others exist at the mercy of you. Pawns choose likability because it comforts them in the moment. Rulers abandon it because they understand only respect survives the storm. But genius minds sharpen this law further. They know likability can be used as bait, a mask worn briefly to draw others closer, to lower suspicion, to disarm. But it is always disposable. Respect is the real currency, and once obtained, it renders likability irrelevant. So what does this mean for you? It means if you still crave to be liked, if you still soften your edges to win smiles, if you still battle to avoid disapproval, you are pawned. The crown belongs only to those who starve themselves of affection and feed on respect instead. So tonight, ask yourself, do they like me because I bow? Or do they respect me because I never kneel? One buries pawns, the other crowns kings, and as silence seals this first fracture, I leave you with the truth that shatters illusions. The liked man is forgotten. The respected man is obeyed. Machiavelli warned, love is held by a chain of obligation, which is broken whenever it serves advantage. But fear is maintained by dread of punishment, which never fails. The hidden truth, being liked is the weakest chain of all. It snaps at the first whisper of gain. The second fracture is merciless. To be liked is to be betrayed. Pawns imagine likability buys loyalty. They think smiles and kindness will keep others close. But likability is the cheapest currency. It has no weight, no permanence, no sting. Men abandon what they like the moment profit appears elsewhere. Respect binds, fear chains, but likability, it dissolves like smoke. Shelby lived by this law. He was not loved by his men. He was feared. They followed him not because he pleased them, but because his wrath promised annihilation. Their loyalty was unbreakable, not because of affection, but because betrayal carried the heavier price. Shelby never courted likability. He bred fear, and in doing so, secured devotion. Corleone embodied the same doctrine. He was respected, not liked. His allies stayed not because they adored him, but because they dreaded crossing him. Even when they smiled at his table, Their loyalty was not rooted in affection. It was rooted in survival. Likability could never have built his empire. Fear and respect carved it from stone. Forget emotions. Remember victory. Picture the pawn. He tries to please everyone. He seeks likability, handing out favors, softening his words, lowering himself. His allies laugh with him, praise him, call him a friend. But when opportunity appears, when betrayal offers gain, they cut him without hesitation. Why? Because no one fears consequences from the like man. Betrayal of the likable is painless. Now picture the ruler. He starves the world of likability. His silence is sharp, his presence heavy, his authority undeniable. Men may not like him, but they fear him, and that fear breeds loyalty stronger than affection ever could. Betrayal becomes unthinkable because the cost is death, exile, or ruin. Erase the noise. Master the game. This is the anatomy of likability's betrayal. It invites opportunism. Smiles fade when profit calls. It carries no weight. No one hesitates to betray what they only like. It ensures disposability. The likable are replaced without regret. And this is the anatomy of respect's chains. It creates permanence. Fear endures when affection evaporates. It raises the price of betrayal. Crossing you becomes too costly. It crowns kings. No empire was ever built on likability. The mind forgets. The strong remain. Machiavelli understood this cruelty. Men are selfish. They love when it is easy, but they betray the moment it is useful. Only fear restrains. Only respect endures. The likable man is a temporary companion. The respected man is eternal. But genius minds sharpen this law further. They may wear likability as a mask, but only as bait. It lowers defenses, lures pawns closer, convinces them you are harmless. And then, when they least expect it, you remind them that behind the mask lives fear. Likability is theater. Respect is reality. So what does this mean for you? It means if you still seek likability to secure loyalty, you are pawned. If you still crave affection to keep allies close, you are already marked for betrayal. The crown belongs only to the one who trades likability for fear. Who starves affection to breed respect? So tonight, ask yourself, are they with me because they like me, or because they fear what happens if they leave? One buries pawns, the other crowns kings, and as silence freezes this second fracture, I leave you with the truth no pawn dares face. The liked are betrayed, the respected are obeyed. Machiavelli warned, men are ungrateful, fickle, false, cowardly, and covetous. The hidden truth, when they like you, they treat you as one of many, but when they respect you, they treat you as one of one. The third fracture is merciless. Likability is abundance, and abundance is worth nothing. Pawns believe that being liked secures them a place, but likability makes you common, disposable, interchangeable. Anyone can be liked. Not everyone can be feared. Not everyone can be respected. Shelby never sought to be liked because he understood this cruelty. Those who liked him often left him. Those who feared him never dared. His presence was carved from silence, arrogance, and inevitability. He was not one of many. He was the one who could not be replaced. Corleone thrived on the same law. Likability was irrelevant to him. He was not chosen because men liked him. He was chosen because there was no alternative. He filled every space with authority so absolute that even those who hated him would kneel. To replace him was unthinkable. That is the true essence of respect. It creates inevitability. Forget emotions. Remember victory. Picture the pawn. He softens himself, seeking to be liked. He smiles too often, agrees too quickly, bends too easily. And for a time, people welcome him. But when another appears, warmer, kinder, more eager, the pawn is discarded, replaced, forgotten. For likability carries no permanence. It is a flame that burns bright for a moment, then extinguishes without trace. Now picture the ruler. He starves the world of likability. He offers little warmth, reveals little weakness, grants little approval. And in that starvation, people cling to him. His presence is rare, and rarity creates value. His silence is cold, and coldness creates fear. He is not liked, but he is respected, and respect makes him irreplaceable. Erase the noise, master the game. This is the anatomy of likability's disposability. It makes you common. Everyone can please. It makes you replaceable. Others will always like someone else more. It makes you forgettable. No one remembers the man who bowed. And this is the anatomy of respect's permanence. It makes you unique. Few can inspire fear. It makes you inevitable. No one replaces what they cannot control. It makes you unforgettable. Even enemies carry you in memory. The mind forgets. The strong remain. Machiavelli knew the paradox. Affection is abundance. Fear is scarcity. The liked man is one of many. The respected man is one of one. And power belongs not to those who are liked briefly, but to those who are remembered eternally. But genius minds sharpen this further. They may use likability as bait, a mask to lure others, to lower suspicion, to open doors. But once inside, they discard it. Respect is the real weapon. Fear is the chain. Likability is a pawn's tool. Respect is a king's crown. So what does this mean for you? It means if you still seek to be liked, you are a pawn. If you still hunger for approval, you are disposable. The crown belongs only to the one who abandons the comfort of being liked and forges the permanence of respect. So tonight, ask yourself, do they see me as common or as irreplaceable? One buries pawns, the other crowns kings, and as silence seals this third fracture, I leave you with the truth pawns cannot bear. The liked are replaceable, the respected are eternal. Machiavelli whispered, love is held by a thread of obligation, which men, being wicked, will break whenever it suits them. The darker truth, respect is a chain. It cannot be cut without blood. The fourth fracture is merciless. Likability is fragile. Respect eternal. To be liked is to live on shifting sands. Affection fades with boredom, envy, or a single mistake. But respect, once carved, remains, even in silence, even in hatred. Shelby understood this with instinctive cruelty. Women may have liked him for a moment, but they respected him forever. Enemies hated him deeply, but even in hate, they remembered his weight. His presence scarred. Respect survived when liking burned out. Corleone embodied the same truth. He was not adored. He was revered. His family, his allies, his enemies, they all respected him because fear ensured permanence. Affection can vanish. Fear lingers like a shadow that never dies. Forget emotions. Remember victory. Picture the pawn. He bends himself to be liked, and for a time, he succeeds. But liking is seasonal. The moment a mistake is made, affection dies. He is mocked, ignored, forgotten. Now picture the ruler. He does not seek liking. He forges respect. Even when hated, he is remembered. Even when despised, he is obeyed. Respect endures because it does not depend on warmth. It depends on fear, and fear is eternal. Erase the noise. Master the game. This is the anatomy of respect's endurance. It scars memory. Hatred cannot erase it. It commands obedience. Even enemies kneel to it. It crowns permanence. Respect is the throne that does not fade. The mind forgets. The strong remain. So tonight, ask yourself, do they like me for now or respect me forever? The answer is the crown or the grave. Machiavelli declared, men must either be caressed or annihilated. The hidden truth, the man who seeks to be liked caresses too much, and in doing so, he teaches others to despise him. The fifth fracture is merciless. Likability erodes authority. Pawns think kindness strengthens bonds, but kindness, when abundant, breeds entitlement. When they like you too much, they no longer fear you, and without fear, authority collapses. Shelby never bowed to likability. He allowed no one to confuse his presence with softness. When he was generous, it was deliberate, calculated, rare. His silence reminded everyone this was not kindness, it was strategy. They respected him because they never mistook him for weak. Corleone embodied the same law. His favors were endless, but his power untouched. Why? Because his kindness carried weight. Every gift implied debt. Every gesture implied consequence. He never asked to be liked. He demanded to be respected, and respected men cannot be disobeyed. Forget emotions. Remember victory. Picture the pawn. He gives endlessly, softens endlessly, seeks affection endlessly. And soon, those around him expect it. His likability becomes their right. His authority evaporates. They do not fear him, they use him. Now picture the ruler. He withholds. His gestures are rare. His warmth scarcer still. When he gives, it feels immortal. When he punishes, it feels inevitable. His authority grows because his respect is rooted not in affection, but in consequence. Erase the noise. Master the game. This is the anatomy of likability's erosion. It breeds entitlement. What is abundant is no longer respected. It breeds weakness. The liked man cannot command. It breeds contempt. Softness repeated becomes scorn. The mind forgets. The strong remain. So tonight, ask yourself, do they like me because I serve them? Or respect me because I command them? The answer crowns kings or buries pawns. Asterisk Machiavelli wrote, familiarity breeds contempt. The darker truth, distance breeds reverence. The closer you are, the more they diminish you. The farther you stand, the more they kneel. The sixth fracture is merciless. Closeness kills respect. Pawns believe intimacy secures loyalty. They imagine that the more they are liked, the safer they become. But closeness reveals flaws, and flaws erode authority. The man who allows too much access destroys his own mystery, and without mystery, there can be no respect. Shelby rode through distance. Even with those closest to him, his silence was ice, his secrets endless. His presence was rare, his emotions unreadable. People did not like him. They obsessed over him. They feared disappointing him. His distance preserved his crown. Corleone mastered the same law. Audiences with him were limited. His words few, his warmth scarcer still. And yet, when he gave attention, it felt divine. His distance made him untouchable, his scarcity irresistible. He was not common, he was inevitable. Forget emotions. Remember victory, picture the pawn. He clings. He floods others with his presence, his words, his eagerness. And soon, he is seen for what he is, ordinary, replaceable. His familiarity breeds contempt. His crown, if ever he had one, crumbles. Now picture the ruler. He withholds. He vanishes. He lets absence gnaw at them, lets silence echo until they invent reasons to chase him. His rare presence becomes sacred. His distance creates obsession. They do not like him. They revere him. Erase the noise. Master the game. This is the anatomy of respect through distance. It creates scarcity. What is rare becomes valuable. It breeds obsession. Absence makes them crawl closer. It preserves superiority. Mystery ensures reverence. The mind forgets. The strong remain. So tonight, ask yourself, am I too close to be respected? Or distant enough to be feared? The answer crowns kings or buries pawns. Asterisk Machiavelli declared, men must either fear you or honor you. Love is never enough. The darker truth, respect is the only crown that endures because it survives even in hatred. The final fracture is merciless. Lickability dies, respect remains. Affection fades with time, with envy, with betrayal. But respect, once forged, outlives even the man who carried it. Fear and reverence echo long after smiles vanish. Shelby was not remembered because people liked him. He was remembered because people feared him. His presence marked those around him forever. Even in silence, even in death, his respect endured. Corleone's empire thrived for the same reason. No man toasted to his lickability. They bowed to his authority. They remembered his coldness, his distance, his inevitability. His respect outlived him. His legacy was not affection, but dread, and dread is immortal. Forget emotions. Remember victory, picture the pawn. He softens himself, pleads to be liked, clings to affection. And when he dies, he is forgotten, erased by time, discarded by memory. The like man leaves no scar. Now picture the ruler. He starves the world of lickability. He withholds, freezes, demands. He forges respect so sharp it cuts through generations. Even his enemies cannot forget him. The respected man becomes eternal because fear cannot be erased. Erase the noise. Master the game. This is the anatomy of the final crown. Affection fades. It dies with boredom. Fear remains. It survives in silence. Respect is immortal. It carves legacies kings never lose. The mind forgets. The strong remain. So tonight, ask yourself, do I chase affection that dies, or forge respect that endures? One buries pawns, the other crowns kings. Because in the end, being liked is a comfort. Being respected is eternity.